about the dollar, Bitcoin, and other stories. So I think in the soundtrack, I won't be able to monetize this, which is like a dream come true for YouTubers, but I'm not a YouTuber, so that's fine. But on the background, that's my favorite band of all time. Well, it's actually Guns N' Roses, but on the recent years, The Midnight is my favorite bands. So let me just fix this and just see. Los Angeles, my favorite track. We're gonna go to Days of Thunders, right there. Just gonna put it in the background. And they don't have a conflict, so I will actually link. I think I can find the Spotify. I have it on the link of the description of this video. So if you want to listen for a few tunes, it's absolutely magical. It kind of transports you, and that's what I like about that band. All right, so what's going on? Okay, so we're gonna talk about the dollar, Bitcoin, and other stories. So what's happening is that there's a massive risk in risk on. That means investors are taking risk. That means risk assets, equities, U.S. equities, Bitcoin, and those assets, they pop to the upside, right? So for example, if you look at the daily, that's a massive daily candle. That's about 8% for Bitcoin. Huge. But the most important thing is, are we going to see some continuation in this bullish price action? What I need to for it to happen before I should say Bitcoin, dollar, and other stories. But we're going to start with Bitcoin. What I want is Bitcoin to be above that orange trend line, and I'm just using it as a guidance in the long-term aspect or perspective of what's happening. So you look at this whole thing comes from the bottom of sometime in April 2017, and my goal is for everyone to understand, and I have shared this with my S&P 500 all-time trend line from the Great Financial Crisis. Under the trend line, bad for Bitcoin, bad for risk assets. Above this level, good for you, good for me, because we can buy call. And remember, it's easier to make money when things are going up. More money is being made and more money is being generated on bearish markets or bearish rotations. So keep that in mind. Levels that I want you to consider when working with Bitcoin. If you do that, pay attention to rotation from this area. That's a 25% rotation all the way down. You can revisit 14,000, which is not a new level. It went back all the way. It goes back to the levels in around November 2020. Okay, I'm actually have this today because I'm making sure you can listen to me and enjoy the music, the background. Sometimes I kind of feel like there's something empty when I produce these videos. So this is what we have now. I don't believe in Bitcoin. I do believe in the blockchain. I do believe in the technology, but I don't believe in this crazy speculative thing. Now, I know there's this guy with his Dutch family that are like super millionaires and everything like that. A lot of guys, they do the huddle to their life, whatever that is. But I do believe in the power of speculation, measured speculation. That's what I offer you when you visit my channel. And as usual, if this is the first time, remember, I'm not a YouTuber, but I welcome you to click on the like button and subscribe. The reason why you want to subscribe is because I talk about these ideas that you may want to use to follow them based on your risk. And if you win for you. If you lose, you have to measure your risk based on your financial conditions. Remember that past performance does not indicate future performance. But you need to subscribe because once these videos are out, you want to listen what I'm looking, where's the meat? And when you can actually go and eat some of that action, okay? So that's why you want to subscribe. Not because I want to grow the channel. If that grows, great. And it will be just a outcome of me doing what I like to do, not my job. It will be more than my job, okay? So Bitcoin, remember, these are the levels, 26% downside, not a surprise. This is something that may happen, all right? So perfect. Now, what happened here? Why is this happening? This is happening for only one reason. Guess who is taking a hit right now? We're gonna go to the DXY in trading view. That's the US dollar currency index. I'm gonna use the first one. That's the CFD version, which is the long term, the one that never expires. And I think I had my previous analysis, but it's not here. Now, so you can see, very important, the dollar is taking a hit, but the dollar has been doing very well for a long period of time. How long? Well, look at the lows of June 2008. Yes, since the Great Financial Crisis. And since the Great Financial Crisis, believe it or not, this whole thing is up almost 52%. People have been trying to kill the dollar since I remember I started as a stockbroker when I was 24 and 39 now. And they've been killing the dollar since the 80s. Like, it's an active duty of some people just to keep the dollar, talk trash about the US economy, and they have iPhones, which is hilarious. So this is 52%. But what happened in the last 24 hours, if you look at the 4-hour chart, is, take a look at this. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Boom, right there. We have a decline from this top and it went down 2%. That 2%, now you can see that as a energy transfer from risk off, investors not taking risk, now to risk on. So that you want to pay attention. Do I think there's more to go lower? Absolutely. I think we should go all the way back to 106. Right now, keep in mind, we're trading at 108.70 for the dollar index. Now, bring the 20 exponential moving average. That's orange. That's the color orange in my screen. This is bearish on the 4-hour chart. If I look at the daily chart, oof, right there. Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. Support. And it's a liquidity support. What's the difference? I don't think a lot of YouTubers or technical analysis professionals, I'm not gonna go into the expert level, but if you're a professional technical analysis, we talk about resistance, pretty much is this, resistance, and then you talk about the support. But I think that's a concept that needs to be expanded. It's a little bit limited because it's not just that. It's why? Because this is support right here, September 22. But why it went all the way lower to August 30, the day of August 30? Because that's a liquidity level, 2 levels. It's a range, it's an area. So you have to see that. The message today, the US dollar, Bitcoin, and other stories is because now we'll show you how you can take some risk. Our in-house market surveillance alliance proprietary algorithm just popped and show where you can play that, and we'll show you a little bit of risk. One opportunity for you to go from 0 to hero or to back to 0, and how I'm going to play this idea of Bitcoin in the next year or so, 2023, maybe 2024. So there's a liquidity. Though I think there is more, of course. There's liquidity all the way to 106.20. 106.20 all the way to this bottom. So we go back to levels on August 17, right? And yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. If we're to judge, probably go all the way back to this level. This will be the critical level for the US dollar. So any move lower, you will see the euro as a currency, the Great British pound, and you will see Bitcoin moving into higher highs. I think Bitcoin will be better if you just go over 30. And anything under 30,000 is still risky. Now, how do you want to play this? So yesterday, funny enough, we were playing ZS. That's the ticker, ZS. Let me show you. We were playing this company. It went very well for us at MSA Live. That's where I'm very active with our community. 14.17%. That's brutal. That's brutal. And we actually got the 180 call from last week. Jesus Christ. We're going to double our money in 24 hours. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. Ladies as well. I know ladies are... How you call ladies? Because we have this whole thing of attaboy. Do you say attagirl? What expression? I mean, I don't want to be douchey, but what do you use? I don't want a lady, ma'am. Sounds condescendent. I'm gonna call Mrs. I don't know, guys. If you have time, let me know how you attagirl. Is that okay? I don't know. Yeah, say something on the description and not description on the comment section. I just want to know how should I address that, because we're getting more and more inquiries from ladies to be part of the MSA community, Market Surveillance Alliance. Kind of funny, bro. But okay, so that's happening for us. But look at Mara, Marathon Digital Holdings. And just to end this video, this is all the stories. This thing is 9% pre-market. Now, listen, I have seen Mara going 25% up in one day. So the first thing, it's not a surprise that there was a lot of action on 1250, so they were buying yesterday. Kind of someone knows, and someone always knows. So someone was playing this whole thing pretty safe in the next 24 hours, so they got the 1250. That's gonna make money. But if you look at what's happening, I kind of noticed someone is playing the 25. So yesterday, look at this. Pay attention. Let me bring my pencil. 18,920 contracts versus only 7.5 in the open interest. I caught my eye and I was like, this whole thing is going for a cent. So this is what I will do, and I will come back to this video. I will just drop $1,000, 0 or hero, and there's a lot of action here. And I have been following Mara, so I don't do Bitcoin. I do Mara, I do Riot blockchain, I do HUT or hot mining, HUT. And if that's happening, I think there's some action that can here. And don't be surprised if we go to 15 cents. And that will probably put us in a 10 bagger in a span of a week. I think CPI on Tuesday will burst the energy into potentially more risk. But remember, Jerome Powell is around the corner, so don't let him knife you. Be ready to take profits. This is my idea. I want to take some risk. I will do this. $25, $10. It's $1 a contract, okay? Look to get 1 cent. Probably you can get 2 cents, maybe 5. Don't pay more than $5 for these contracts. I'm calling it $1,000, hero 0. And remember, dollar goes down, risk assets goes, they will go up. And definitely there's a great time for Bitcoin. We have the levels. Let's go out there and make it happen. And never forget, someone always knows.